We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. There was a nation living in peace and unity. Yeah. They are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. They saw greatness rise up to its purity. With another people of different culture, Indian heritage, bias and oppressive. Oh, I see. A nation from trigger of Africa, rising with strength and might and power. In due time, nobody gonna praise us. Rather, you all gonna embrace her. With your flag, with your flag, with your flag, with your flag. Oh, yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. Oh yeah, Biafra is our home. Oh, it's my home. Yeah, Biafra is our home.
I reminisce way back 1967. Death toll on the blood couldn't count them even. Mama screaming, child squealing, pops on the ground. 2.5 years, over 3 million's gone. Why? Cause we asked for our freedom, and we're going back to our sovereign kingdom. They shut us down when we cried, the world said nothing. Sitting back in the crib, watching our suffering. Should I talk about the planes dropping shells like rain? Suka had the first taste of our heroes' blood. Abagana Zobuni wave was stronger than flood, but the juke is too strong and fought them off on the chart. Thought the bloodshed's gone, then it came again. 216 and the massacre, it started again. So bloody name, I couldn't cry tears. Blood dripping down my eyes, water in my veins. We died trying to fight the cause and we're trying to break him. It's our freedom, but the world was against us.
Wave your flag over Africa. Welcome people of Biafra. Wave your flag over all the world. See those people of Zion is here.
It is the nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion. It is the nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion.
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. Yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. I see rising sun from Africa. Oh, this is time of victory. Oh, yeah. I see future in Africa. Oh yeah, people of Biafra. See light shining on the world. Oh yeah.
What's that marathon? We're not fighting each other. We know where we're going. We're going to get Biafra. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more quicker. I can assure you. If Biafra is fighting for you, no one will touch your property. If you're fighting alone, you're bound to lose it. So Biafra is the best. We will become the 16th member country of ECOWAS. If Nigeria doesn't release those properties, then we'll take them to court and we'll get them back. even twice the value. The Jews had investments all over the world. Most of the priceless artifacts and paintings belonged to many families in Germany. It was stolen by the Nazi Party. Do you know that? Eventually they got everything back with compensation on top of it. That's what we're going to do. If you touch our investments, we'll come back for you. And we'll know where we can get it from. So there is nothing for anyone to worry about. It's only if I'm not stopping you from being a Nigerian, if you are born on the streets of Lagos and you want to be a Lagosian and your name is Adama, oh, well and good. There's no problem.
Onye si na agata anya ahụhụ ma ọ bụ na anyị fe arụsị anyị wee na-efe arụsị mgbe were iwe gị na ọmụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọpụ onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha aga n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra ebe ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm jiri ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo ekosịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwuo ekwasịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wepụ ndị nwe anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizoba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ like you were did to Ozu. Oh, go and memory the Goliath. Chineke na nke igwe ruo memory na Pharaoh. She brought to a man, ka Pharaoh was only home on the idea to go away talk up with your thoughts. Ega na edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume. Ọ bụla dị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ. Ọ bụ nwa bụ ekele eluigwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị n'oge malite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akọ na ogbu gị na-anọgide ebe mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị ma ibu Chukwu abịa ma
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very amazing program. I welcome every one of you that have connected so far. Wherever you're connecting from, like and share the program. Don't watch alone. Invite somebody to join us on this very evening update as we always do. Remember, what we do here is to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. The quest for Biafra is something that we must not look away from. The quest for Biafra is something that we have signed up for and we will continue to pursue no matter what the enemies are doing or saying. They have tried everything humanly possible to stop us, but we refuse to be stopped. Wherever you are watching this program, I want you to refuse to be stopped. Sometimes when you check within yourself, there might be reasons why you must not continue on this very project. So many distractions, so many attacks, so many things are happening day in, day out. But we will never allow ourselves to be discouraged. we must not allow ourselves to be discouraged. No matter what happens, no matter what the enemies are doing or saying, we must not allow ourselves to be discouraged. This is a battle that must be won. And our leader, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, has given us a template that we must follow. The only question you ask yourself today is, are you following that template that you're supposed to follow? Are you doing what we are supposed to do? If you are not on that right path, wake up, and begin to do what you have to do. We must join our leaders to raise this flag. The flag of Biafra must rise. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter the propaganda, no matter the blackmail, the flag of Biafra must rise and must be raised very, very high. We will never allow the enemies to silence us. We will never allow the blackmailers to win. Our focus is Biafra, and Biafra we must get. The flag of Biafra must fly high. As you know, the Nigerian government is trying everything they could to silence the voice of reason, but we will not allow them. They have tried to break Nnamdi Kanu. They tried to break Simon Ekpa. In different forms, in different angles. They attack them physically, spiritually, and today, the main battle we are facing today is the legal battle. The legal battle for Nnamdi Kanu and the legal battle for Simon Ekpa. That is where the battle is today. And by the special grace of Chukwu Okike, we will win that battle. Nnamdi Kanu appeal is coming. Likewise, Simon Ekpa appeal is approaching. The only thing we can do is to continue to pray for them, continue to give them necessary support, and continue to defend their interests at all times. Do not join the bandwagon of those who are fighting them. Do not join the enemy of Biafras. The enemy of Biafra that are fighting the cause. Don't join them. Do not be part of them. Those who are fighting day in, day out to see that we do not have our freedom. Don't join them. Don't be part of them. There is a hope and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Biafra is going to come, whether you like it or not. It's just a question of time. But it's unfortunate today that people are deviating. The only problem I have is that some of us today have become the problem in this restoration of Biafra. We are distracted. So many of us are focusing on things that are irrelevant. We don't have any voice anymore. Nobody is ready to fight for you or speak for you. We are on our own, hoping for God's intervention. We don't have any representation. No form of representation in the East, in the West, in the North, in the South. No form of any kind of representation. We are just on our own. And it is a very sad situation. Very, very sad situation. But are we going to give up because of that? We will not give up. We will not give up. We will continue to speak. We will continue to talk. We will continue to expose the Zoological Republic. The evil in Nigeria is increasing. Instead of the evil reducing, is increasing. Every day we are hearing of attack. The terrorists are emboldened. Today, Kwara State is burning. The northern part of Nigeria is burning. And the world is helpless. How I wish we have somebody to speak for us. Today, one important thing that you should know, that everybody have come to conclusion that Nigeria is irredeemable. Everybody, both the one Nigerianists and those, they have come to conclusion that the only remedy is to separate Nigeria. But some are still afraid how it's going to be on their side. When you see what Mike Arnold wrote something on his platform, and he was talking about the Christian genocide in the north and why Biafrans should talk less about disintegration and talk more of solving the problem of genocide. There is no way you can solve the genocide without disintegration. That is why we are talking more on that end. Even though we know that the people in the Middle Belt, the Christians in the Middle Belt and Christians in the North, some of them are afraid. They prefer that every one of us will be there. They take us as a kind of security for themselves. But will that solve the problem? It will not solve the problem. The killing will continue. They will continue to face the risk. The only way to save them, save the northern Christians, is to allow Biafrans to go so that Biafrans can accommodate them. Allow Biafrans to go so that we can accommodate them. Disintegrate Nigeria. Let the Middle Belt be on their own. Middle Belt can equally accommodate them. Middle Belt can accommodate them. But as long as you continue to manage this in Nigeria, Commander Olowi made it clear that they will never stop. These people cannot stop. It doesn't matter how long it takes. These people will never, ever, ever stop. The earlier you understand that, the better for you, the better for every one of us. Nigeria is in the hand of the caliphate. The British entered into a contract with the caliphate to take the land and allow them to take the resources. Today, Tinubu has come to renew that contract, allowing the British to take the oil while the Fulanis continue to take life. They have renewed that contract, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that can remove you from that contract is moving away from Nigeria, rejecting Nigeria and everything that has to do with it. Going back to who you were before the British came. Until you do that, terrorism will continue to control Nigeria. Terrorists will continue to be in charge of Nigeria. You can continue to cry, you can continue to complain, but what is happening will continue to happen. So I urge every one of you, those who are watching now and the people who want to watch later, never give up. Continue your message, even when nobody is watching. You, even if it's one person, when one soul is saved, is enough. So wherever you are watching from, I urge you never to give up. Continue on that path. We must be free. The legal war that is ahead of us, Chukwu Okike will give us victory. We are not Nigerians. We will never be Nigerian, and nothing will make us to back down. So I urge every one of you that is watching, continue to fight on your hunger and continue to speak, continue to present our case before the world. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Nigeria is gone. And every update we are getting from Nigeria confirm that Nigeria is gone. In case you do not know, Nigeria is gone. Gone and gone completely. I want you to listen to this update of the Kwara latest attack. Maybe you will begin to understand better.
There are very, very few people here at Record Local Government Area 4 to be precise. That's exactly the place where this attack occurred yesterday here in Kwara State. Most of them have actually gone ahead to find another place to stay far from this particular area. But indeed, this is the situation. What you have right behind me here, the site of where the attack occurred yesterday morning. We understand that a usual weekly church service was ongoing in this building that you have on your screen, and this was something that was meant to go on as usual, but then it was disrupted by a bandit attack. Apparently, these bandits they have been surveilling the area. So the initial reports that we had before we got here was that some people were rescued, but now we have a better picture of what exactly happened. A member of the church who was inside the church when this incident happened, his name is Elder Sunday. Let's come to us here. Let's come this way.
Around 9:50 yesterday morning, when we were worshiping in the church, so we were singing and praying. One of the sudden, I just look out through the window. I could see those bandits coming out from that side, inside that cashew plantation. The one that led them have mask, something like green like this, with a baby blue top. So they were running. So as that they were running, I could see at the back about 2 or 3 running after them. So that was how I shouted. I said, bandit, Esa, that these people should run. So that's what I said. As I'm running out, some people follow me. So and they were shooting. Now, so they saw and somebody
Right now that this bandits came in from this bush that we see here.
came into this place and they ran like this. Their intention is to block this entrance so that people will not rush out. So, but before they reach this place, I could see them. I'm the first person to rush out. So, and some people followed me.
So how many of you were in the church when this whole thing happened?
We are close to 50.
And then when you told everybody to run, what happened next?
People rush out, and those elders that cannot run, they sit down, and some are feel not like know what is happening. You know, age-wise, they cannot reason the same way. So in the process, those that are able to rush out like we young ones, we are the one that captured most. And there was a woman so young, but she's she's guiding her mother because of eyes problem. So in the process, they capture her too.
So eventually, we understand that 3 people were allowed to go, a child and 2 women. Is that true?
Well, it's not that they really ask them to go. That child is the pastor's wife that had him. It's a small child.
Are you saying right now that the pastor's wife is with the bandits?
Yes, the pastor's wife is with the bandits. Mrs. Arrow is with the bandits. So he's the one that backed that charge. So in the process, when they were going, so they could see that those bandits, they could see that that charge may be disturbing them. They removed the charge from the back of the reverend's wife, they put him down in the bush. So as they put him down, as they were going, the one woman, he said, he could not see that he cannot go. He said she should move. Beating her with the stick that they are using to rear cow. But when she said she could not move, so they now say, go back. So the woman turned back. As they were going, the second woman, as they were going, she fell down. And she said she could not stand up again. That was Abigail Now,
And eventually, so we have like 8 people with the bandits right now.
8 people are there now.
That is the zoological republic story. That is your zoological republic story. Bandits are in charge, taking people anytime and anyhow they want. Nobody can do anything about it. I want us to listen to this one also. Reports that are coming from the Zoological Republic.
To discuss this, we have lawyer and public affairs analyst Nnamdi Kanu also in the studio, and we'll be joined later from our upper studios. We have Dr. Dennis Ekpa, who's the former vice president of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations and a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Barrister. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Jen. Most of the Koro, my pleasure. Good morning to you.
All right, Barrister. And this is a very surprising twist. I mean, it's different from what we've seen happen in Nigeria, and more so from a coming together of women. So, is this do you see this as more of community resilience, or do you think people have Nigerians have pretty much given up faith in the military? What exactly is this all about?
It looks comical. It looks comical and ridiculous. How can women confront these terrorists and these, drug dealers? They are even worse than terrorists. Those guys, they are ruthless, though. So I don't know how armed the women are.
I don't think the women are trying to make a statement.
But this is not how to go about it, though, because they have better be careful, though, because you don't hear these guys. They don't know who is who. Or women think that these guys, they will say, okay, because they are women, what would they do? You think they want to commit suicide? It looks like it, though, because their husband or their boyfriend, if they are single ladies, they should rent them in, not that mean I'm rent them in. Rent the ladies in, let them go. But this is a men issue here. We are talking of this is a man's field.
First, we have seen Israeli soldiers that have killed, fighting in the front. We have also seen college, the PKK soldiers.
Yes. Even in the time of Libya, it was women that are his bodyguard and all that. But these are trained soldiers. Trained. But local women trying to this is a joke taking too far. We don't want to cry over women, please. We are
like Moses asked you. I want to push it further. Do you think that women are trying to make a statement? Like this is more like a failure of governance?
Yes, if they want to protest, I mean it's accepted, yeah, they can do that. But to say they want to confront, I don't agree. Are you going to confront them with bare hands? Or you want to reenact about women riot? That one is for a different purpose. So this is insecure terrorism. And you want to confront it as a woman with what? Who gave you gun? No. Please, there are better things to it, so that I don't want another story to work. That's what I'm saying. That's my concern.
All right, Mr. Akumo, what does this say about what the government is doing in the insecurity, in the area of insecurity? I ask this in light of the fact that yesterday, Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sule, I hope I'm correct, President Benis, told him Sule, well, he told Nigerians that, hey, the governors stayed awake up until 2 a.m. in the morning in Lagos, when they held a meeting with the president discussing insecurity. So he is not supposed to make Nigerians happy that they are staying awake up until 2 a.m. to discuss what insecurity. Is that what the governor should have told us? Or the governor should have simply said, hey, yesterday, about 1,000 or 100,000 terrorists, were taken out, and people are started going back to their homes, native land. People that were bringing away, from their native lands are living in idle camps. Between this and what the governor said, what should he be telling Nigerians?
These sycophants, who are miling around Tinubu, they think that when they say some nice and kind words for him, when they drop, it will now make them gain some respect. It will now make them win his heart and all that. But this is not the way to go. You don't tell us such things, please. Because in the first place, I have said it before, Tinubu swore to protect Nigerians. That is the first thing.
That oath he took that day, he swore to protect lives and property of Nigerians. So if he's doing it, why should that come for celebration? You can see how these people have reduced governance to comical relief. This thing he said now, to what purpose, to what end? You are doing your job, the job you do. So what is the problem if you do it? Then that he has spent. So at the end of the, what's the result now? That he stayed throughout the night doing what?
Probably he wants you to know that while you were sleeping, in the comfort of your home, he was busy discussing how to solve their problem. Shouldn't that make you happy?
No. He has not even done anything because some people are still in IDP camp for over 5 years now. Two of us. Those people are Nigerians. If you have been doing the needful, will they remain in that place? If they have been doing the needful, will Nigeria be like this? I mean, there are things that when you say if you don't make the man in charge, you make him look weak. Because if you have been doing what you're supposed to do, all this staying awake in the night, to what purpose, to what end? You don't stay there talking, and after talking, what happened? Does this thing reflect into your actions?
Okay, now, Mr. Gumot, we're still talking about insecurity. At the meeting, with the president, the governors agreed at some point, I'm not talking about the last meeting they had, at some point, all of them were told that 6 of them had agreed to state policy. But after the meeting with the president, some of them went back and started recanting. Babagana Zulu Borno State, whose state has become the epicenter of insecurity, by the way, said, hey, hold it there, we are not yet right for state policing. According to him, if we institute state police at this time, there is a tendency, there is a possibility that some people, some ethnic groups, will be eliminated in states where they don't have some kind of state. For instance, if you have a situation where in state A, there are a certain number of people, a certain ethnic group there, and the police commissioner or the state governor doesn't belong to that ethnic group, there is a tendency that those people will be wiped out. That is his exact words. Wipe out. Yes, that people, ethnic nationalities, will be killed in states, where the police commissioner or the governor is not from that ethnicity. Anna asked the question, what changed between the time they said yes to state policing and now? And recall also that at 3 occasions, at the National Economic Council meeting, they had the opportunity to discuss state police, and they talked it, down to number 7 or 8. And after 4 hours of deliberation, they told us, we didn't have time to talk about state police. These are the same people that are complaining. We are technically speaking, not the chief executive officers in terms of chief security officers of our state. So how do you explain all of that? What changed between then and now?
What is telling you that you have an unserious set of people, group of people who are too selfish to do the right thing? Unserious. Since Buhari time, we have been talking about this state police. In fact, that was one of the campaign slogan of ABC before 2015. Up to today, no action has been taken towards that, except what? Rhetorics.
No, this has set up a committee.
Which committee? They didn't set up committee before. They did not set up committee before. So, with what you are hearing and what you say now, do you think this thing will see the light of day?
And that's what I'm asking.
So this man that is saying that there's some ethnic group will want to, as of today, have you not seen some ethnic group being wiped away? But in some states, some ethnic groups, some religious group being told to surrender or die. Is it not happening here? So where is the federal police to protect them?
All right, Barrister. Let me just take you back to the topic. If a terrorist cleric can openly, lead an Eid al-Fitr lecture and announce that there's going to be a terrorist attack, a retaliatory attack, why is our military not stepping in? Why can't they put the surveillance and put intelligence into action and hunt them down?
Oh, are you serious? You are asking this question as if you don't know your government. Is it the first time or the second or third time? Sheikh Gumi have told you that the federal government knows their address, knows the name and their phone number of all the terrorists and bandits. He said it openly. Up to today, have anybody called? So you have all these people trying, come and show up. Did you hear this that? Look, you see this country, it has become a study in how not to govern. Seriously, some philosophers and those people who are in social study, they should study Nigeria proper, because those things that they study in sociology, what is going on in Nigeria has rubbished it. Seriously. I'm telling you, anthropologists and other, they have, if they come to Nigeria to study Nigeria as a country, you will see a new orientation, a new curriculum on how not to be a country. I'm not joking, seriously, because everything that is going on in here is on country. Did you hear what I said? On country, on national, on democratic. So, on what basis would you not call yourself a country? When you are doing everything against what a country should be, how can you be a country? You are staying throughout the night, you are doing what? All the information you need is there to take action. They are telling me you stayed out the night. All the night to do what?
All right, then, thank you very much. Let's go to Oka, where we have Dr. Dennis from the Vice President of Public Relations. And, well, good morning to you, Dr. Dennis. Good to have you join the conversation. I understand that you stand up by. Now, let's look at these women, the group of women in Plateau State, taking it upon themselves to say, look, enough is enough. We've had enough of the killings, enough of the attacks. These attacks have been termed farmer headers, but we understand, a lot of Nigerians understand what's going on. A lot of them has taken on the yoga of ethnic cleansing. How much does this speak to a failure in governance? And how much does this speak to the women making a statement? If you recall the about women's rights, what impact do you think this will have in the coming days?
I think it's a very pathetic situation, but it didn't a laughing matter, in the sense that the women we are supposed to protect have taken arms to protect themselves. What are the implications? Is it part of vote of no confidence in the system? Is it part of system failure? Is it part of the saying that what a man can do, a woman can do it better? These are some scenarios we need to take into consideration. I'm happy about women riot, which my great grandmother was part of people who went to Aba to protest, and the story he told us were palliative. And in the sense, in that time, they were able to achieve results. But this time around, you look at the nature of the insecurity, and then the equipments being used, and then the resilience of insurgency also, and then whether you call them bandits or whatever you want to do, because Nigerians were very good in putting new nomenclatures to see to a prevailing situation. And as Darlington said, how are they going to confront these cultists or whatever you call them, or bandits? By bare hands? Well, maybe they are going to apply the system Delilah applied against Samson. This time, in this situation, it becomes a spiritual warfare. We will not neglect them. The only thing is to encourage them to do more. However, both the government and the center, at the state level and local government level, will know that women have voted against them. So the issue of struggling to come back in power or to retain power has been disseminated by women reaction. I think that's the way we are going. Well, let's also look at the failure of the state. The state is supposed to protect the citizenry and their property. And now citizenry rising up to protect themselves, being the people you said that they are weaker sex. What is the implication for against Nigerian government, against Nigerian system?
Not exactly the
I think
but
very pathetic.
no, not exactly
Very
the
pathetic.
question. The implication of this, but I'm not sure we talked about what the implication is. But let's go to.
The implication is that the nation it has collapsed. Where you will not be able to protect your citizenry. Are you still in existence? What did the Mr. President swear in to do? What did the governor swear in to do? Let us not mix words. Let's call it straight. A straight is a failure.
Failure indeed. Frank, Hiroshima, good morning to you. Frank joins us virtually from Benin. Frank, good morning to you. Let's establish communication. I want to show that.
Good morning from England. I can hear you well.
Good, good. Good to have you this morning. Now, still talking about this, and what does this say about the state of official security agency, where it's 54-year-old women decide to get on the streets with whips and say, "Look, we're taking back our community. We're tired of drug barons parading our streets. We're tired of insecurity. We're tired of our children, getting into the hands of these people, and so we are taking back our community." I don't know if in growing up for me, if I want to put this in more context, when a woman, a mother figure, picks up her slippers, it might seem like it's just a petty weapon, but a lot of us will run for hiding, regardless of how mighty you look, because we know what that slippers represents. That slippers is authority. Yeah, so the women
that
go
is
ahead,
in the
go ahead.
context of the family conflict. But within the context of a state, as in mentioned in this text, the situation varies. In comparing what the great barrister Isilu affirmed, and your guest has spoken a while ago, it's actually a confirmation. It's not really confirmation, a reconfirmation, because the confirmation is in recurrent, in fact, a case of a real case of confirming the fact that the states are similarly failed. That is the truth. When I saw that thing, what popped up on my mind was actually influenced by sociological historians, such the tyranny of history. That was what popped up on my mind. I think it's actually a conceptual manifestation of the tyranny of history, where a people are saying that it's been a pattern for so long a time that the institutions and the council to secure them are failed. So, because of the repeated culture of the failure of the system, it has won the gap of the tyranny of history to make people not wait anymore to just look for whatever means they could use to express their dissatisfaction to the optimum. Because the ladies in question that do little or nothing, that is the truth. If you peruse the things, they haven't been present. They don't have weapons. They don't have land. How much less stuff that could be of impact. So they are engaging their life. Their coming out is actually a state of protest. And it's a rejection of claims before the world at large. That government has said to the extent that women now come out in the night, who are supposed to be in their houses sleeping, to now provide security that they could ordinarily cannot even provide for the rodents. Let me use that technology to put it in context. It's very, very painful. It's a terrible thing. But what makes it more painful is that this stuff is ongoing. 5 years from now, this discussion may still be ongoing. 20 years from now, this discussion may still be ongoing. Because there isn't any concrete effect that reflects a state of seriousness by Nigeria to change the trajectory. What is the essence of conflict? The position makes it very clear. It's not just about the concept of adoption. It's a universal trend. The primary purpose of government is universally the security and welfare of citizens everywhere. Government cannot provide security. Government does not provide welfare. What does government do? Government simply sits in its cocoon and serves the interest of the people that present about the affairs of state. That is it. It would have been expected to say that so-called will come and make a difference. But my idea remains the fact that, like I have affirmed a few times in the past, that no nation builds another. It is the responsibility of every nation to chart a course. America cannot guarantee stability for Nigeria when Nigeria does not put up the requisite discipline of nationhood to thrive. America will not guarantee it in Afghanistan. They will guarantee it in Iraq. Neither can they guarantee it in Nigeria because Nigeria as a country is not serious.
All right, Frank. All right, Frank. I'm happy, to about it. I'm happy that you brought us to this point because I wanted to ask you, if you frame this, what is happening, the women coming out to say, well, if the government can't protect us, we have to protect ourselves. If you frame it around the fact that it is governance failure, do you think that this government has not done enough, to feel concerned about the plight of Nigeria? Does it look like the government is aware? Because I recall that the moment the president was sworn into office, he went to France, and at that point, he did sign a security agreement, collaboration between France and Nigeria. That was about 3 years ago, because by May, 3 years in office. And recently, we have seen the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Defense Staff gone to America, to meet with the Defense Department in the US, to carve out, to do something that is also security collaboration between Nigeria and the United States. And as a result of that, we have hundreds of the US soldiers, here in Nigeria, in our own land, in our soil. And the president has also traveled to talk to, security cooperation, bilateral security cooperation between Nigeria and Turkey. And just on Monday, the president told us, well, I had an extensive conversation with Emmanuel Macron, president of France, and has promised to send us equipment to help us fight the in all of this, does it look like the government is not doing right? The government is aware. What do you think that the government is doing? If we have done all of this, and yet we don't seem to get results, and we are almost overrun by insurgents, by terrorists and all of that. What do you think?
What I think is very simple. The bulk of what government is doing, unfortunately, falls within the layer of make-believe. You see, when a man has a responsibility or a duty to perform, it is performing the duty. His focus is on the result, the outcome of the performance of the duty. But when the man is really not doing what he ought to do, his focus gets distracted and he becomes more inclined to some bit of showmanship to impress people, to impress somebody that is trying to do something. A man that is voting does not try to impress you because the result of the vote will speak to it. The Nigerian government, unfortunately, for quite some time, has been on that path of trying to create the impression that they are working. Because they know by themselves that they are not working. They are not working because what ought to be done is not done, result is not achieved. See my point. How much was spent on buying to Kanu daily a decade ago, during the time of Mahmoud Buhari? I thought they thought that the death of jet that will be able to blow some planets in the planet, some planets in the universe rather, will be the one to bring about security. They spend how many $billions? Where are we today? See, they are going to sign agreement with the US, agreement to pay for equipment. The president should know this on a very frank note. Equipment don't fight the war. Let me put this in context with the result of what happened in Mosul in Iraq in 2014. I listened to an interview by a former president of Iraq on CNN quite some time back. When the guy said something, that when ISIS gained momentum, it wasn't because they had the capacity or they had the reach. He said Iraqi soldiers have the best of weapons in the world, supplied by America. The later they counter-attacked ISIS foot soldiers were the ones that were coming after them. It is Iraqi soldiers. They left their weapons because they said they had nothing to fight for. That was why ISIS got the weapons they used to attack the war till today. That was where they came momentum.
Frank.
So Nigerian government are not like that.
Okay, all right, Frank. All right, Frank. Is there a difference between a man who does nothing and a man who does something? Then what he does is not right. Isn't there a difference?
There's a difference. I'm not talking about not doing what is not right. Okay, that is in context. That's around because I said it. But my point is that a man who is doing something for himself will not quite achieve the purpose of which the job is meant to do to their place. Because a man who is doing his job, his focus is on the job, and the energy is fully aligned to get the job. But a man who is not getting the job, because he knows he cannot do, he tries to make the impression of giving for the person that is working. So that people say that this guy is trying, even when nothing is eventually achieved. That is the fact Nigeria has, go and send agreement, go and get weapons. Has it not been confirmed America and treaty them in Kwara? The pushing podcast, one of the people that were in captivity, kidnapped by a terrorist. So the convention of how the terrorists confirmed that the government of the Kwara gave them a material 50 million to create such people that were kidnapped there from that episode in Kwara. We read about from AFP from France how Nigerian government paid how many billion to free those that were kidnapped from the school in Niger State. So the problem is still on the path of failure. I've seen it over and over again. Nigerian government does not respect the criticism that can be required of a government that wants to make things happen. That is the truth. So if I were a Nigerian soldier, I will not tell you that. If I were a Nigerian soldier, I'm not sure how we call it to shoot a bullet for this country. Because it is the trajectory of leadership. How will I now up to sacrifice my life for such a system? That is the truth. And Ghana as an own soldier, create the American system. Even when it's not two soldiers are affected in the flare, up to the president of America gives them full accordance information. In Nigeria, if they 350 soldiers, Nigerian government will say that in fact, it's not even need them as better. There's no element of the condition. And it's not just about the soldiers, it's about the leadership system generally. Up to police, all our institutions, paramilitary institutions, they suffer from the same lack of discipline that permits the entire nation of, in Egypt. So, I can say with confidence, when I get natural equipment, it will not solve the problem in Nigeria. Until Nigeria wakes up with the electric discipline to prioritize justice as a leadership for nation do.
All right, thank you very much, Nnamdi. Let's move away.
You have heard it. That is Nigeria for you. Women are now the one protecting Nigeria. Women are the one doing security. Women want to come out. Things fall apart. That is the situation in the Zoological Republic. And it is not going to get better tomorrow. If you think it's going to get better anytime soon, sorry to disappoint you. It is not going to get better. Instead of fighting for what is right, look at what Nigerians are doing. Look at what their government is doing. Just watch and see what your government on the Zoological Republic is doing. Everything for them is jokes.
Our next story is all about the palliative economy, because a video is trending online from the comedian and skit maker Stanley Apos, also known as Mr. SIM Card, where he decries the frequent practice of giving out rice as palliatives for Nigeria's biggest challenges. In the clip, he calls out the government for turning the country into Ricegeria, with other skits emerging online in the same vein. It was a very ricey day on social media yesterday. Let's take a look.
There are no roads. Give the rice. There's no light. Give the rice. There's no water. Give the rice. There are no hospitals. Give the rice. There's no schools. Give the rice. There's no security. Yakubu, give the rice. Rice answered all things. Ricegeria. There was a country
Everywhere hard. Hospital bill.
Child.
Life is very hard for us.
Child.
I don't know where to start.
Hospital bill. Life is hard. Cholera. Mama, your problem is not solve your problem. Collect rice. we have to love because the response we've gotten so far. I understand that some governors are trying to work out modalities to see how they can follow the example made by Shea Makinde, but no palliatives. So the truth is that where's the lie told there in what the comedian has said? And I think it's just a sad reality of what we have become, a nation that is placated with so little. And I at some point watching that video, I was thinking, okay, who should we blame? Should it be the government, the politicians who have weaponized poverty, and so that a lot of people are willing to sell their birthright for 5,000 naira, or in this instance, a bag of rice, just because if you can give me something to go and feed my family at home, then I'm okay for now. That's one. There is also the low expectation of the people in terms of what they expect from their leaders or the dividends of good governance. And so you see people like this who have been almost indoctrinated to imagine that once you can give rice, you saw that person. I can't remember last week when we showed a video of one of the city boy movements, and the lady was like, her whole family will vote because she got free things. If only the people can be educated as to what is due to them as citizens, based on the trust given to our leaders in positions of power to give back to the citizens' infrastructure. It is said that give me fish, I will eat for one day. Teach me how to fish, and I will eat for life. That is the problem we have currently in Nigeria, where we solve surface problems, but we don't deal with the substance. And so number one is that the people have to be educated. They have to know their rights as citizens, and they have to know what is due to them in terms of entitlement and inheritance from the Nigerian state. If we don't educate the people, they will continue to be satisfied with a cup or a bag of rice in substitution for what should be education, healthcare, good roads. That's what people should be demanding. Then the other part is the government themselves not to weaponize poverty, because if we keep pushing, come election period, they will still give rice. The rice will still cause people to go and vote for some certain people, and that's quite sad. And that's why we must continue this civic engagement, civic education. People must understand their rights and demand more from their government. And then go into the first story. I think Alhaji Dangote is spot on. If you look at other countries, and I don't think that the government should still be talking about thinking of responses to global, impact, the US-Iran war on Nigeria. Saturday will make it 1 month, yet we have no concrete announcements from the government in terms of a systemic and strategic response to safety nets for Nigeria. It's a shame, quite frankly. That's why when Shea Makinde gave 10,000 naira, even though small, we praise his efforts, at least he's made a move. What's happening to the other states? What's happening to the Nigerian government? All we hear are promises of we're going to do something to alleviate. What are the concrete plans of the Nigerian government to support Nigerians who are suffering from higher costs of PMS prices, higher food costs, and difficulties even at going to work? That's the question I asked you this morning, and yet no response. A few days to 1 month after the move. What is that then?
You deserve a bag of rice.
Rice.
We should give you rice.
I want good governance. Give me education. I don't like the rice, but also give me good governance.
I saw some bags of rice around here.
No, rice is good.
The distribution was discriminatory. So go ask for your rice. Give them rice.
Maybe we should ban giving of rice. I'm telling you, bad thing they just like to ban. Any rice giving. When people come to me, I say that give them rice and give them good governance. People should learn to ask for more than rice. And Alhaji Dangote has given us great advice. Those protocols we use during COVID, let's try and see how we can, tap into some of the policies we used during the COVID era to manage ourselves, since we know that cash is currently quite hard to come by for most companies and even for many state governments.
You have seen Nigeria, rice is their problem. And the major thing is that when they come, they make joke of everything. You see them, they are making joke of it. But that is what is the reality. When they talk, they make it a joke. It's not a joke. They sell their conscience for rice. Any problem in Nigeria, bag of rice, half bag, sometimes even 1 kg they share. All the problem in Nigeria is only rice that they solve it. Rice is always the solution. And the citizens themselves are the worst. The worst citizens I have ever seen in this world is those one Nigerianist who can sell their conscience for what they will eat for 2 or 3 days. Mad people everywhere. When the Janjaweed told you that they own Nigeria, you thought it was a joke. When they were telling you that they were going to settle the Janjaweed in Nigeria, some of you thought it was a joke. When the governor of Bauchi State was saying it, you didn't believe. But today, even the governor will come, he will claim he wants to fight insecurity. Look at him here, where he was talking on how to settle this terrorist in Nigeria, boldly saying it in national TV.
We will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the
operations.
So to bring in Fulanis together.
You see, the issue of misconception, I think there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person.
Yeah.
He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man.
Yeah.
And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side.
You see the people that brought Fulani to come and take over Nigeria.
The Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsa, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani.
This is a governor talking this rubbish. A governor
if I understand,
is talking this nonsense.
Those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well.
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it's the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that we don't have this criminality in, but certainly the way and manner we do it is really excavating the cracks and the problems.
Would there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are taking
that.
Oh yes, that's going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics. Because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so, if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is for to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings, and what have you. And that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the meat, the cows, and
let's do it without security and go for a bit. Is there going to be this plan going to be a fence and enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned because of all the security issues that have been happening over time.
time. So if these forests are there anyway, if you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Zambeza forest, because it's not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they're fantastic, we have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we're already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so, presumably, they are Nigerians. I think that is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kin in all the parts of the country and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid. We can certainly not say this is the population of Nigeria.
So this should.
Did you hear the nonsense this idiot was saying? This is the nonsense this idiot vomited in his mouth, and this is what most of them believe. You see why you must wake up and know that Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria belongs to the Janjaweed. Until you get out of Nigeria, you will never be free. Until you get out of Nigeria, you will never have security. You will never be safe. Until you walk out of Nigeria, you will never survive. Whether you like it or not, the truth must be told.
Before the terrorists would come, the Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. They would disarm the local population on the truth. In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around, searching house to house to disarm local population, even take their dang guns, they know that the Fulanis are not behind you. That is the level of complicity that you have.
Then I've been educated.
It's not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Laumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks, you don't have spies, you don't see them in daytime. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel and the TV station of channels, and he said it on national TV that there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet, and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016, and nothing had happened. And we're still talking about a suspicion. It's no longer suspicion. Kawu Baraje, yes, came out in 2022, I think. It was his 70th birthday. And he came out and he told everybody who came to listen that they were the ones who imported Fulani terrorists into Nigeria in the lead up to the 2015 election. And that they harmed these persons that they had brought into Nigeria from 5 different Sahelian countries. He said so. He's on record. Look, my friend, Dr. Stanley Kavman, is the National Public Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. He was, I think, on Arise the other day, where he said categorically, and he wasn't the first to say, that there is a base, a militant base, terrorist base in the tri-state area, Nasarawa, Benue, and Plateau. That base is known to each and every one of our security services. That base is sometimes reinforced and resupplied by helicopters in this country, and nothing has ever happened. So we're no longer, let's be talking about. It's no longer about suspicion. It's not a theory. It's not a fact. We should be able to call it what it is. The fact is that the Nigerian state has turned against its own citizen and is passing.
I hope you had it. Why we bring other voices is for you to understand. When we say Nigeria is irredeemable, it is not a joke. It is not a propaganda. It is not a blackmail. All we are doing is to share the light so that people will see what the truth is. And we will continue to do so. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We are going to see again tomorrow morning for another interesting topic. Join us tomorrow morning for another episode. You know, our evening section is just a revision. So morning section is the most time we make our proper broadcast. Join us tomorrow morning and tell others that this is where we are broadcasting now. We are not on David Harbour channel anymore. So tell others to join us here tomorrow morning as we continue to broadcast. Thank you so much for watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. And may Chukwu Okike guide and protect our leaders, Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will join us soon and victory shall be ours. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you and stay safe.
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. There was a nation living in peace and unity. Yeah. There are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. They saw greatness rise up to its purity. With another people of different culture, a different heritage, biased and oppressive. Oh, I see. A nation from trigger of Africa, rising with strength and might and power. In due time, nobody gonna oppress us. Rather, you all gonna embrace her. Wave your flag, wave your flag, wave your flag, wave your flag. Oh, yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. Oh yeah, Biafra is our home. Oh, it's my home. Yeah, Biafra is our home.
I reminisce way back 1967. Death toll on the blood couldn't count them even. Mama screaming, child squealing, pops on the ground. 2.5 years, over 3 million's gone. Why? Cause we asked for our freedom, and we're going back to our sovereign kingdom. They shut us down when we cried, the world said nothing. Sitting back in the crib, watching our suffering. Should I talk about the planes dropping shells like rain? Suka had the first taste of our heroes' blood. Abagana Zobuni wave was stronger than flood, but the juke is too strong and fought them off on the chart. Thought the bloodshed's gone, then it came again. 216 and the massacre, it started again. So bloody name, I couldn't cry tears. Blood dripping down my eyes, water in my veins. We died trying to fight the cause and we're trying to break him. It's our freedom, but the world was against us.
Wave your flag over Africa. Welcome people of Biafra. Wave your flag over all the world. See those people of Zion is here.
It is the nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion. It is the nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion.
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. Yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home.